Mm-mm-mm-mm. Ooh, look at that.
Behold.
Woo. Great screen.
Look at this incredible product.
Mm-hmm. Never fails.
I love what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
These fluids. I celebrate them.
Yeah, I mean, we should.
Now, what I don't celebrate is this echo that I have.
Is it from me? Oh, it's from me.
Oh, is it?
I think it was from my Discord. Could it be? Is it gone?
Oh, yes, it's good. I was like, I was clicking frantically trying to figure out what the issue was.
Well, we have like 11 billion things up that could be projecting audio.
Let's be clear. There's more than one knob to enjoy.
Yeah.
In this sport.
Yeah.
Gathered throng. Hello. It is I, your internet friend, Jeffrey K. Horcrims. And however it came to be, you have fallen ass backwards into Twitch's brewing show, Acquisitions Intoxicated. I am joined as almost always by Acquisitions Intoxicated brewmaster and my friend Eric J. Benson. Although this is, as friends go, it's a high value proposition. The ROI is exquisite.
I'd like to think so.
I get 4.
Oh, for the price of 1?
For the price of 1. You're not gonna see a return like this.
That's true.
Because I also friends with Azerbaijan.
Right.
The man, not the nation.
Yeah.
The notorious EJB and Edge Benson. It's a single package deal, and pound for pound,
right,
it don't get any better.
Yeah.
That being said, if you're just joining us, if you are not familiar, indeed, if the emotes you're seeing in the chat intimidate and frighten you.
What about inspire? Come on.
Yeah, this is. I mean,
let's lift this shit up here.
You know, I guess there's a possibility, actually, that they see this icon, this hallowed icon. They can see it's being deployed in an active worship, and they may want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Right? Well, let us invite you into our mystery. We adhere in every way to the hero's journey, and that means that we have a specific
journey at this
point. The hero's journey.
Yeah.
Next level. It took us 2.5 years.
Fucking right.
But we got there. But that being said, I mean, typically now is the entire ritual maintained, or are we still? You still have some maintenance to do on the.
Oh, we're good.
Equipment. We're good. We're Gucci.
Yeah.
All right, here. So first things first. Let's take a look at what we're about to sip here. It's field liquor, but we will put the grains into the device. You will see the entire process. You may be wondering, Jeffrey K. Horcrims, my internet friend, is brewing even possible? And I would respond to you by saying, our forebears managed to do it with a clay pot.
It's true.
So I got a good feeling about your chances.
Yeah.
And indeed, these days, you may find devices that might automate many parts of the process for you, and we can introduce you to one. Now, of course, the particular device that we're showing is the Pico Z, the company that manufactured it, currently out of business. When I say currently, of course, I mean in perpetuity. But it's the back-end services that support it still remain. We often discuss other means of getting to the same process here on the show. But for now, we can show you our powerful technology executed at the highest level. What are we putting in there today?
This is Lair Duel.
Hoo-hoo.
Remember, this was the brown ale.
Oh, that's right. This is bronze?
Mm-hmm. It's
nice.
Golden Promise, chocolate malt, special bee, special roast with Belma.
This is gonna be insane.
Yeah,
I think putting Belma on top of this, like, oh, this is the chocolate orange fantasy. Yeah, I guess
this
we'll
is
see
the one like that unfolds into the slices, right?
We'll see if that arrives where we want it to go. In any case, we're honor bound to produce it. The channel, put their votes in, and now it's time to take it to the hoop. The metaphorical hoop.
Take it to the limit.
Exactly, if you will. All right. Well, here you're about to see Brewing mastery made manifest before your very eyes. That's right. You're about to see a man craft and create. Well, you would have. Something happened to the stream. I mean, I can see it. Maybe what's it? Here. So I'm going to give you the play-by-play. He has just put the basket in. He has pushed it in with a single, delicate yet strong press. He is now twisting the knob with an intimacy that would be difficult to describe. Oh, okay. You can see the knob now. But you can also see how ginger, how careful this twisting is. This is a precise instrument, and he is playing it deftly, like a zither. Just a profound work. Brett Messy, listen, we can. I'd be happy to narrate things like this for you in the future. Maybe if I'm making a lasagna, I can give it the heft of literature. Yes, exactly right, Pat the Pineapple. You do one and not the other. There's no shouting, but there is twisting. And again, the twisting is artisanal in its way. Now, Mr. Benson, there was a brief period there where there was a disconnection. Okay. And so I had to utilize that time to express what you were doing in poetry.
Okay.
But I mean, they couldn't see what I was seeing, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So now that L'Air-du-Well for the Bronze Dragon is in there, trying its best to evoke a chocolate orange, what do we have here in Field Liquor? Which, it should be said, it was a recipe for Bahamut, entirely taken over somehow by a single line in the description where this platinum dragon likes to loll around in fields and lick the frosty dew off of the first buds of spring. Obviously, Bahamut, as the god of dragons, god of good dragons, has a wider remit than just licking flowers.
Sure. I mean, that's not his only thing, but you got to do something at the beginning to start your day off right.
But let's focus it. Let's focus on it. Well, we certainly love the color.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I have cracked open this product. We like the aroma.
Yeah, remember, the aroma you're going to get is going to be Pinot Gris, raspberries, red currant, light tropical fruit.
Is this the Enigma?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why I guess that's how it got that name. What a bizarre package of domains for this hop.
Yeah, this is great. Because this is all just Pilsner, two-row.
Yeah. And that comes across.
Really light crystal malt. That's it.
Yeah, not much. A fifth. All right, let's give it a try.
That is delicious.
Wow. Enigma is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even crazy.
No.
It isn't even like a crazy amount. It's just that was the bittering hop.
Right.
So the rest of this, it's a little bit of caramel, a little bit of Pilsner, right? Now, the Australian ale yeast.
No, I mean, it's all Pilsner.
Yeah.
There's no little bit of Pilsner. It's
Pilsner.
Yeah. And a little bit of caramel to give the color we wanted and some head retention.
But the Australian ale yeast, it's so clean.
Yeah. It's real good.
Wow. I just keep coming back to it.
Right?
Like this is
grade A.
Well, I mean, it quenches thirst.
Yeah.
In addition to everything else, this One moment.
Yeah.
Hold, please.
Just have another one. It's great. It's a freaking delight.
It's a moment of peace in a doomed world.
Yes. You know, when you see the rest of the world exploding, you're just like, okay, I'm going to sit on my porch and just watch the world burn and have one of these. It's great.
I don't know that I've ever drank a pint this fast.
I mean, you're licking plants right now, friend.
Is this it? I mean, have we actually distilled the simple joy of Bahamut?
Yeah. This is what Bahamut feels every morning. Just rolling around in the fields, you know, licking plants.
I'm beside myself. This, on paper, this isn't much to write home about.
No.
You know what I mean? It has nothing. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No.
It has nothing of the whatever we thought might have taken root in the equipment. This is just perfect. It's pure.
Yep.
Top 10 though, it might be near the bottom of the top 10.
Yeah, I think it's like 9 or 10.
Just because it executes its remit perfectly. It does exactly what it came to do. I think the Australian ale yeast, I mean, we were having a good time joking around about it.
Right.
I think the Australian ale yeast might have a future on this channel.
Yeah.
For simpler beers, I feel like we have a new ally in our quest.
In the fight, right?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, this is a classic case of less is more, right?
God, it's so much more. And the Enigma, I suspect that's why they gave it this name. It just isn't like other things. I would have a hard time pulling out those particular things, except for maybe the current.
Really? Because I get Pinot Gris right off the top of it. Right.
I don't know enough about that to place it. Let me try and find the wine specifically. The current I can get.
Right.
It's a little tangy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, totally. It's after after it goes.
Yeah.
That's that. It's just the wine.
Yeah.
Like the just that gentle bite.
Yep.
Oh man, that's good. But it's afterward. It's like the aftertaste, and it's perfect. It like again, like without any poetry, it is just that taste. Right? If you came to after having drunk it, you'd be like, "Oh, I had some wine."
Yeah. No,
Good
it's
Christ.
Delicious.
What a winner. Man. Yeah, I don't know. I certainly enjoy the program. I like doing it. This is meditative.
It's on the short list for sure.
It's like I don't want to look at it too close because I don't want to break the spell.
Right.
But the truth is, if you look at it, it's just greater than the sum of its parts.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah. What a delight.
So are we just drinking for the rest of the show?
Pretty much. I don't feel like we need to do anything else. I mean,
fair enough.
Damn.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. I'm back now.
I was
I guess I haven't. I guess we have to consider the idea that I haven't actually relaxed in a year and a half.
Yeah.
A couple sips of this field liquor, and I'm glad it was this one too because it was so silly.
Right, like such a great idea for this beer, like,
right?
And the dragon, right? Like,
yeah, but it's so.
It could have went so many different directions, but this
exactly. It's like this is It's a potable friend,
Right.
essentially. And I've got a heap of it too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is great news.
Not for long.
No, that's true. Yeah, original take. We have to consider that it has drawn us into that simple It is a simple pleasure,
Mm-hmm.
is what it is.
Yes.
Oh my lord. Well, listen. I mean, there is, an hour and 12 minutes left. We might as well make another beer.
Oh,
Leftria says, "Hey, this is my first time attending Acquisitions Intoxicated. Obviously, welcome to what is colloquially referred to as the Amber Council.
Mm-hmm.
Brew crew also acceptable.
Yes.
Now, I take it these are micro brews. Yes, these are pico brews.
Yeah.
And not available for purchase to folks like me. Well, no. That being said, the entire process of their manufacture is meticulously captured on the program, and people from the channel routinely brew the beers that we come up with here on the channel because all the ratios are available for you right here. This is just a tool called Beersmith. I think we're on version 3.0 at this point.
Yep.
And that's it. The one piece that I did not mention in the introduction is the purpose of the program.
Oh, yes.
And that is to give you that which you already know, the art and science of brewing. So these beers are absolutely available to you, but they do require, in the manner of any secret order, they do require a sacrifice. And that is just a little bit of your time and enthusiasm.
We're not brewing another beer today. Like, I just want to spend time with this.
It's just, I want to spend time in gentle meditation with this incredible product. Just peace, I guess, is the. This is like, this is the beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. Like that's more or less what this is. And we get up to crazy shit. I mean, some of these other heroic dragons are coming at you with the double IPA. There's a lot of kinky shit, some crazy shit in secondary,
right?
Some chipotle peppers. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is just an ally,
right?
Like it is an ally in life. Oh man, Bloodweiser was kick-ass too.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit! All right, now, that being said, let's try to redirect this piece if we can. Now, let me pull up my Red Rock Blaster.
Oh yeah,
I am still getting a duplication of my voice, and I don't think it's on your end. I think it might be on Josh's end. We have to consider the possibility. Absolute zero. Thank you so much. All right, so last time did we end up we did gold because it has the weird wings.
Yes.
Oh, it's all good, man. So I'm trying to think. So we did copper before. Are we actually done with these dragons, or is it brass? It's just brass.
I think it's brass. Wasn't there another one like?
Well, there's brass. I mean, exactly. Like there's these other sort of quasi metallics, like steel, that we could definitely flesh in. And honestly, I think steel would be an interesting one to do. But brass and steel, I think, are the options we have for the council today. We can't lose with either of these, I don't think. There you go. So take a look at that. Tell me what you think.
I think we need to drink more of this beer.
Brass tactics. Oh, we did brass tactics? Okay. Then brass is done. I'm going to finish it. Brass wins. No, it's too late.
I know we had one more that was not steel.
Right? It might be, bronze. Okay. No, we did copper. Copper was fun. Yeah, there we go.
No, we didn't do bronze because bronze is about fierce appearance and warfare.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the truth is, I don't actually know anything about these fucking dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's like most of these, and it's come up before, right?
Right.
They're gone. It's come up before when we were discussing it, is that certainly if you DM or if you play D&D, you're mostly familiar with evil dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have to be. You have to be ready to drop one of these things in, and they have some of the same dynamics, especially around polymorphing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's an adamantium dragon, absolutely. But again, these are a little bit kinky, right? I mean,
Right.
they're not like the core. They're not like the core groups, but I'm definitely down to clown for steel. I'll tell you that right now. And then, God, Adam, honestly, I'm putting steel and adamantium in for the next one. We'll do one more. I mean, or two, or as many as we want. Mantium. Just being able to do an adamantium dragon
Mm-hmm.
as a beer, that sounds good. That sounds real good. Yeah, mithril, obviously, classic.
Love them.
Oh yeah, there's a three went deep and weird, especially in the monster manual.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of shit. Tin dragon. Oh yeah, Dracolich would be interesting for sure. Dracolich would be wild.
Well, we kind of did that though, didn't we? Didn't we do a Dracolich for
Like way back, that's actually possible.
Well, no, because it was for when you guys took a ride to the Dark Magic's house. Didn't we do one for the house, the family Dracolich?
I think that's possible too.
Yes,
You have to understand, like, I remember some things about time.
Yeah.
And not other things. It's very selective.
Listen, we've got like 153 beers to remember. It's
going to be rough.
Yeah.
It's going to be rough. We need metadata. We need someone with a library science degree,
right,
to come in and categorize this shit. Yeah. All right, so you can see now that it's coming in to wash these tender grains.
Just wash.
Exactly, and you can see grains. You can see that chocolate malt. Those speckles of chocolate malt jumping out as soon as the wort hits them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, hey, it's bronze.
It's bronze. So
big surprise.
Bronze dragons. They're inquisitive. They're lawful good.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they would seek to fight evil and would join good aligned armies in a humanoid form. They lived in coastal regions, sometimes in shipwrecks, places like that.
Dude, these are bro dragons, is what they are.
Yep, and they have an electrical breath weapon.
Man, I am loving it. See, and they got a nice hooky wing.
Yep.
Right? And they've got that, they have a patina.
They have a fucking real wing.
Exactly, a real, not this horse shit wing, but also they've got that awesome patina like the copper dragon does.
Mm-hmm.
These dragons are getting short shrift. This is the sort of thing that makes me want to found a campaign on these things.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
it casts a fog spell that lasts until initiative count 20 on the next round. Like, that's amazing.
What a delight. And what a unique mechanic too.
Mm-hmm.
To hit until a certain point in the initiative, that's whacked out shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they truly okay. Yeah, that's the other cool thing about them. A lot of these good dragons is that they love to kick it. Like, that's their thing, is they want to kick it. But I love the idea that they want to engage in heroism, but they don't want to. The wicked whacked out thing about that is that they want to engage in heroism, but they could just come in as a fucking dragon and wreck shop. But they want like skin in the game. Like, they actually want to fight shoulder to shoulder with mortals. This is dope. Oh, and they also like to become creatures. Oh, dude, get this. So, a friendly dolphin that saved a drowning child, a mercenary sailor eager to fight pirates, a diver specializing in searching undersea shipwrecks for possible treasure. All of these could have been a bronze dragons. This is like this is
Real
the
cool.
this is the NPC that longs to be a PC.
Right.
Is what it is.
It's like, guys, I really want to join the party. Can I go? 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 Can I go?
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think, and the other weird thing here, at least certainly about, if you talk about it from the Forgotten Realms perspective, is that they, a lot of times, is certainly for silver and gold dragons, a lot of the polymorphing is into elven forms.
Right.
But bronze dragons
specifically human.
Want to fight with, relatively short-lived humans.
Yeah.
And they want to befriend human beings. Yeah, and so I think that we can make a liquid that, much like field liquor, is a friend to the people, and can support them in great acts, in powerful works.
So I've got two that are like right off the top of my head. One is Goza, because it's salty sea and coastal.
Oh yeah, exactly, which is their deal.
Yeah. The second is a saison, which is a beer of the people, right? Like saisons change wherever you go because it was whatever grains you have that are local to that area.
Exactly. So it's like wherever they show up, they're like ready to dial it in. Yeah, and that especially works given the piece that I read. But you never know when it's going to show up, and you never even know what form it's going to be in.
Right. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think those are two really great choices.
I love this. I really, really love this. I think this is going to kick ass. Oh, Tobias, thank you so much for the sub. 27 months certainly seems like a long time.
A little bit.
Multiple years as men reckon time. Well, Beckenbauer goes that may not feel lawful good, but I mean, I think it has to do with where you're from. Yeah, Leftria makes a good point. It's like part of it is that dragons are quite intimidating. It wants to engage with mortals. It wants to engage in heroism, but it actually wants to approach mortals where they're at.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. That as the PC origin, the polymorphed dragon with amnesia seems like a great hook. That seems like something I would have come up with when I was like 15.
Right.
But as an adult, I could do it. As an adult,
I do whatever I want.
As an adult, I think I could execute it in a way that wasn't fucking horseshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, here we go again.
Yep. Listen, it's gonna be.
Well, no, dude, and you got it to me. You actually dropped it off in the AM.
Yeah.
So I actually get to see.
This is a foam.
I actually get to see it done right, and it's a really cool level of opacity too. Well, Pyrrho, listen, I mean, you drink, again, it comes up, but you drink mead in a pint glass. Like, I don't think anybody is stopping you from doing shit over there. Oh, Orion Rogue, yeah, I had to refill it because I drank it, I think, faster than I've ever drank anything on this show.
Yeah.
The field liquor, again, if we can go back to the ingredients just for the faithful, it's very, very simple. I think most of that show we spent laughing about how fucking ridiculous Bahamut is off of a couple lines in the description.
In their free time, really.
But but that's true. Isn't that true in
life? Yes.
Well, absolutely. But the sort of like the high god of dragons in Kryn. I'm trying to remember his name because I read those books when I was like 16. Paladine, exactly. He's actually a fucking goof.
Yeah.
Like he spends most of his time. Most of the time, people talk to him. He is just a goof. He is just whacked out.
Well, I mean, what do you do when you're really at the top? You don't
Yeah.
gotta do anything else. Go lick some trees.
Exactly. And but it's also like, what are you protecting?
Right.
What is the life? What do you consider the good life? And that's just life on your own terms. That's as far as gods go, that's pretty good.
Right.
Right. It was a rough fight.
I think Saison's going to get this one.
Nope. It was a rough fight, but you dialed it in. It is absolutely Saison, which means we can go hog ass fucking wild.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, dude, Orion Rogue, yes, exactly. This is what I'm saying. As a summer beer, field liquor is beyond compare.
Oh, absolutely.
It is beyond compare. The Enigma is so gentle. Oh my god. The aroma of the between the Pilsner and the Enigma is so good. Just perfect. With every sip, it goes higher in the top 10. It goes north. And this Australian ale yeast, Ryan Rogue, is great. You might want to try it on something that is that has mostly simple malts, because it's delivering real results for us here. All right, so Saison.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So how do we want to approach this as a beer, right?
Because it's broad, right?
Yeah, it's very broad. Like we get to, it's really anything you want to make it, because it depends on what was around.
Exactly, and the idea is sort of like the Acquisitions Incorporated beer that we made that is designed to incorporate something local. Every time you meet this thing, it's going to be in some other weird shape. Right. It's going to be in a fucking chickadee, marmoset.
Right. So if you want to think about it, it's going to be fruity, spicy, hoppy, earthy. We can go with all these different notes, right?
Yeah, and Saison yeasts tend to be on the wild side.
Mm-hmm.
With vibes that are piquant. It's an acquired taste, right. I think, right?
Yep. So let's talk about ABV. Where do we want to go with this? You can go as little as 3.5 and up to 9.5. So it's really...
You can get right down in it.
Mm-hmm.
So try these, gentle chat.
So I feel like the 9% is the,
That's the full meal deal.
Well, or he's the one that turned into a human right before the edge of a battle. And they're
right.
Bomb. And this is what he brought.
Yeah. And I think that ultimately we want something that is, well, I can't say. I don't thumb this type of scale.
No. $6.5.
Yeah, nobody, and I mean nobody, wants 3.5. Well, except for somebody. Somebody just put in a 1. Demetrius is like, you know what?
I'm that guy.
I don't. I'm an individual.
Yeah.
I don't go in for this.
I appreciate it.
Type of shit. And see, I saw that it was Demetrius. I assumed it was Josh to begin with, but now I see Josh coming in.
Oh, okay.
3.5 would be a funny D&D joke. But beyond that. Yeah. God, so what is their... What's the breath weapon?
Electric.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a lot of nautical...
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of nautical vibes here.
Right.
And this powerful creature. 6.5 is definitely it.
Okay. That's excellent.
For me, I don't consider 6.5 sessionable.
No.
And I drink professionally. So.
No, yeah, I don't. Yeah.
But 6.5 is right in the middle.
Right.
And it means that we can execute. Well, basically what it means is that there's not really a guardrail. We can make something that has punch, but isn't stupid. Right?
Agreed. So let's talk about our color. On the SRM scale, this beer goes anywhere from 5 to 22. Wow. But I mean, think about it. Like 5 is that this is bronze. So 5 is 5 humanoid form. Is 25 humanoid form. Because 15 or 13, I think, would be bronze dragon form, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's try this. We got a nice little range here for you SRM heads out there. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the form, we can definitely see it. The truth is that you can kind of get to a bunch of these.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before we've talked about it in terms of like the age, you know, where the patina has started to set in. But the truth is, we're talking about a creature that really likes to do most of it, most of what it is engaging with the world in is not in its actual shape.
Right.
Yeah, Saison is an incredibly curatorial pick for this type of dragon, I think. Like, that's actually really smart. Yeah, so if it looks like the chat is kind of moving in a 13 direction, that's a beautiful color. That's going to be amazing.
Oh, I'm not arguing that.
No. And 13 gives us
it's a little bit of
license. Yeah. It gives us some license for some weirder grains in there too. Oh, Incognito, you don't see polls?
All right.
The poll that we use really just looks at the chat, and you basically just type the number in there. I'd be surprised if but even the scripting, it's all happening via chat. I'm surprised that you don't see them. Now, if a regular chat coming through from Twitch, I mean, I can see how it might trip something like that. Roses McGee, 18 obviously has its proponents.
Right. Some might say.
I think I might actually build a 30-minute mission while Mike is doing his stream.
Well, great.
I might actually just set up my shit over here and watch while he's putting his together.
Oh, what a delight.
And you want to do a round after after Gundam?
I think I need some golf in my life.
Let's get it. Yeah, we can make that happen for sure.
Especially with this beer, Jesus.
Right? He's gonna chill out. I mean, beer and golf have a traditional relationship. Pirro, my camera, I mean, it's probably clear to you. My camera is not so good. It's not the best. And honestly, I feel like it's gotten worse. Nah, EMW currently Will is actually he took a different he's a lycanthrope. Yeah. And so we were surprised, obviously. But I mean that's how it works.
Sometimes it comes out.
That's why it's a powerful and strange curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Josh. Isn't it weird? I swear to God, I'm not doing anything. But they change the G hub all the time. God only knows. Yeah, so he got a new job that takes place at a specific time of day, and so it's like between the writers and artists, it's like it's sort of difficult to get that thing dialed in.
Right.
Yeah, it could be true, Agavisi, but it's a temporary thing, and it sounds like it's gonna ease off that's like how specific its time requirements are after E3. So hopefully we can get that dialed back in, because I would love to be trying some Mario Golf and some of the other crazy shit.
Wait, is E3 happening?
Yeah, it's essentially a digital event. Plus, they just announced an awards show now, so it's sort of changed. It's sort of changed shape.
Sure. Okay, so I think we're good, right, on the 13.
Indeed,
I think we can call this vote.
It came through, and 13 obviously very auspicious.
So let's talk about the next one. This is bittering. So typically this style of beer ranges between 20 and 35. So not bitter at all, just enough to balance the malt out, and and put in some flavor and aroma. So where do we want to go on this scale? I mean, if this is a dragon that wants to make friends, right? It's not going to probably be bitter until it gets salty.
Yeah, right? exactly. So what's our base?
20 to 35.
Okay, so 20 is actually plenty of bittering.
Yeah.
For this style.
Yeah.
So do you feel like 20, 30, 40 is okay?
Sure.
No, before we get into 20, 30, 40. So yeah, 20 is like, that's that convivial friend. But I think ultimately, because they're lawful good, you find the edge of their opinions pretty quickly, I think. I think they try to be cool, but they have deep-seated positions on virtually any mortal topic you can possibly find. Right?
Right.
And they also have a profound... I suspect that their alcohol tolerance in polymorph form is quite high.
I would assume so.
Right. So I think that as you go north here, it's like you're finding, it's like, obviously this is an ally, it's a friend, but you're finding those topics. You're finding those topics that this convivial person finds challenging to explain in a way. Oh yeah. I mean, this is like the friend with the PowerPoint presentation. Right?
Yeah.
Once you get up into 40, it's like, okay, well, I'm actually sort of sorry I asked.
Yeah,
about that.
Yeah,
it's like, obviously we can still be friends, like, but I'm definitely not gonna bring up the Blacksmiths Guild again.
Right, like a simple yes or no would have sufficed. I didn't need the 40-page layout.
It's not gonna come up again. Yeah. I see the error of my ways, and I will work to correct it.
Well, I think the chat is in agreement.
Yeah, and I can see that sharp tang being roughly analogous to the ozone crack.
That, yeah,
because there's definitely an olfactory component to that. Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Right.
I can see that actually working quite well. Oh yeah, Beckenbauer, I guarantee it. And they know everything. Like, they know things that take too long to explain, and they've actually known you since you were 3.
Right.
And they just rolled through to help with something. And they knew your grandpa.
Right.
And they like helped him bring the turnips in one year. He knows you too much. Oh, well, there you go, Incognito. Yeah, we're not trying to get in your business. We're not trying to get in your business or anything. The poll.ma.pe site that we use has a bunch of handy UI elements, and it's been simple to integrate. It's another Josh Price find. All right. I see that the wrestling here has resolved itself.
I believe so.
All right. Well, you didn't get in with your one vote, Orion Rogue, but I've got good news for you.
Fine.
It ended up being one. So.
Yeah. Okay, so when we talk about base grains, we're going to do this in two votes. The first is going to be we can really kind of cross the spectrum with the when it comes to base grains. We're going to do a pale ale. We're going to do a Copeland pale ale. We're going to so pale ale, clean, balanced.
It's the Mario of grains,
but it's the base of most great beers. So
exactly right.
Like the thing is, we don't actually use it a lot because everybody always picks something else. But when in reality, most of the best beers start with this regular pale ale.
Regular old shit.
Yeah.
Like it's a base grain for a reason, right?
That you could find anywhere, and it kind of goes along with the coastal sand.
Exactly, and then you embroider it.
Right.
Right.
So there's that.
It's the everyman of grains, right? So there's a case to be made there.
Right. Then so also the Copeland Pale Ale, which is going to be sweeter. No, I mean as a choice.
Mm-hmm. They're already in.
Oh, well, even better.
Yeah.
You know what? Great minds think alike.
I got you.
The third one is going to be Golden Promise. And the fourth is going to be Maris Otter. Now, the second part of this vote, wait. You started the poll.
I pulled it. I
had four base malts.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's for us, that's unique and cool.
Yeah.
So Golden Promise, what are the... That's much sweeter, right?
Much sweeter. More sweet and malty.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Much sweeter and maltier. Got it. And Maris Otter, which is the biscuit,
nutty biscuity, bready, toasty.
Perfect. The spell checker is trying to tell me that biscuity isn't a word, and I'm like, it's a word.
It's a word, and you know what? I don't appreciate spell checker saying it's not.
I don't need it,
and we're gonna have a talk. You know,
I don't need your help. Next, it's going to tell me there isn't a yeast that produces a horse blanket.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just annihilate spell checker
and aroma.
Now, when you're making your votes, the next vote is going to be either nothing or Vienna malt.
Yep. Yeah, so those are all actually super. There's lots of cool choices in here. Yeah, and bronze is itself an aggregate. Exactly right, Beckenbauer. So getting a couple grains in there is definitely true to form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's usually my big draw too. Malt body is a big part of what like really makes a beer stand out to me. Like I'll drink fucking anything. I mean, believe it. I will drink ruined beers with pleasure. But there's a really, really nice one if you can find it. My suspicion is that their domain is probably mostly local. But Odin Brewing,
oh yeah,
has an IPA Eric brought over once called Asgard.
Mm-hmm.
That has one of the best malt bodies of any beer I've ever had, and in the IPA space, it's almost second to none. Right. It's just perfect. I haven't had an IPA that had this kind of structure that wasn't a double IPA.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Where they were sort of reaching out, trying to
mm-hmm.
put together a malt that would stand against the rest of what they were trying to do. This is just down at the 6.5 IPA tier.
Right.
But it is so rich and toasty against the like the pine, like the dank pine type hops. Oof. Fallon says we grow all that Copeland here in Canada, but we ship it all out.
Interesting.
We do Copeland here in Washington State too.
It's a Skagit Valley, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Skagit or Skagit?
Skagit.
Skagit. Okay, I was right.
Yeah, you got it. You're new, but you've been here.
Yeah. It's slowly coming into the lexicon. You know, like
I mean, it's funny. It's
just
like
melting in.
You're always gonna be new.
Yeah.
But you've been here a while.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, 6 years, but you know, still new. I think once you hit the 20-year range, then you're just like, okay, fucking fine, you're here.
Yeah, exactly.
You're still new, but you're here.
Now you're a part of the rich quilt.
Yeah.
Lefria in Portland, it'll be easy. You won't have a hard time finding Odin, I don't think. That's close enough, especially from a specialty shop. I think you'd be good. All right, they want the Copeland, so they want the sweeter. Yeah, I can get like a sweet talking.
Mm-hmm.
I can get the Copeland Pale, but I do think that there is a case to be made that we want that as an alloy, we want to try to put some other malts in there.
Well, yeah,
build it out.
We're not even near being done yet.
Oh, I'm just telling this to the channel.
Oh yeah.
So Copeland to start.
So the question is, do we want to add? The next vote is either none or Vienna malt to add a little bit more complexity and toasty or a malty toasty character.
There we go. Delirium Red is good.
Oh yeah. I like anything they put out.
Yeah, they kill it. Oh, Graham, we have got a bronze dragon, whose vibe we've enjoyed quite a lot so far.
Pretty nifty guy.
Yeah,
and or girl.
A bro.
Yeah.
Nifty creature, I guess.
Yes.
Entity.
Being.
Yes, Alan, when questioned, I will always add additional fermentables. Well, good. You came to the right show. We support that 100%. Oh. Field liquor.
Field liquor.
That's the material right there. All right. Well, they want.
Wow.
It's not going to get back to no.
Yeah, I assume
that's that demon Josh. Oh no, it's rhubarb toast. So, I respect it, but you know,
saying you want Vienna.
You lost.
Yeah.
You need that. You need that person who votes their conscience.
Right. Oh my God, I lost my mouse on my screen. There we go.
Field liquor. I believe you can get me tonight. That was for Kindled Sky, and I regret it already. But
I don't.
But you know, having been ensorcelled thus by this beverage has been provided.
All right, so where do I want to go next with this? This is the fun part about this is, one, we could add a carapils for body and a little bit of flavor. It's going to keep it light. We can add, what do we want to put it in? We could add oats into this.
I think that it has a resolute character. So, and I think that the body is going to be one of the ways that we express that, right?
Yeah.
But how? So an oat is going to give you, I mean, the term is soapy, but it's just, it gives it a little bit more flow and texture. And that's what provides the head
right
up top.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Carapils, oat. These are both super cool. But especially, and obviously it came from the channel, but especially when we get dialed in on this, this situation, I think the alloy is the right way to think of it.
Right.
Oh, oats are great for making ship's biscuit, something that bronze dragons would be familiar with. Absolutely.
That's pretty cool. Let's think of what else we can throw in here. This is a kind of a little bit strange, but what about some wheat?
Yeah, wheat is a strong.
Or oh god, what about Cara Munich? That would be kind of fun.
Tell me more.
I'm gonna get you the flavor profile. Cara Munich is going to gives that dark amber copper and adds a rich malt and biscuity and caramel notes. Rich malt, biscuity, caramel. I think that's really fun.
Okay. Well, let's put this before the council.
Yeah.
Oh, Orion Rogue coming in with the kink.
What do you say?
Cara Rye.
Oh, Cara Rye. Yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, I can completely see it. Are these Cara Rye? Are these Cara, this class of grain? Are these treated grains? Like an acidulated malt?
No, they're not acidulated, but it's like adding a caramel 10 or 20 or 30.
Gotcha.
But you're mixing it with a Munich. It's just a version of the crystal malt, essentially.
Oh, okay. So in each case, I'm just saying, is it some kind of hybrid? Is it some kind of like hybrid grain?
So no, it's not hybrid. The way it is, so crystal malts are made because it's germinated, but it's not dried before being roasted.
I see.
Yep. Whew.
They want the complexity.
That's a fight.
Some want the complexity, and some want some are interested in that texture.
Yeah.
Because the oat, there's some flavor, but it's more an experience.
Texture. Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely see this as something that's like in the movie. Like this is the sort of thing that's like spilling over the edge of the flagon type thing.
Right, exactly.
Like this is something that you clink together in pewter mugs.
Yeah.
Even though it's going to have a beautiful color, like this is very much about the mug, I think. It's about the sound.
Right.
I don't, Graham Baxter, I don't know. Cara Munich by a vote.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to put some Cara Munich in it. So I think, hold on. At this point, we're going to say the next vote will be no or oats.
Oh, just to get that body back in?
Well, I'm saying we don't have to. We have
for
body.
Sure.
We already have body.
We have heaps of body. But I'm saying that, like, if for that contestant that enjoyed the possibility of oat,
and
all right.
I said no out for a second.
Get out!
Get out!
Get out!
Get Get out of my beer.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so if you want, if we think of this as a dragon that is, complex, then oats maybe. If we think the dragon is just your friend, having a beer right next to you, I think that's no oats.
Mm-hmm. Man, I was checking out something crazy.
Okay.
It's while the vote's running. It's a game called Vivid Night.
Mm-hmm. You piqued my interest.
And so it's basically like, did you ever do any of that auto chess shit?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, where it's sort of about like, it's like card collecting, but as a game mechanic. So it has that sort of gotcha thing where.
So it's like a deck builder?
Yeah, in some ways, but you have very, very few cards. It's mostly about trying to collect multiple copies of something so that you can squish 3 of them into a single card and make it more powerful.
That's kind of fun. Okay.
So that's like the fun auto chess mechanic.
Okay.
And then, but you're using that in a dungeon roguelite.
Oh.
So you're trying to collect multiple copies of the same character so that you can address more sophisticated content.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you build multiple characters into a more powerful character, they generate these symbols. So it's like most of the game is about trying to get certain types of characters together. But once you collect 3 and put them together, they don't have to be in your party anymore to benefit from the type of character they are. So every time you get them matched up, you keep what makes them unique. And so you're constantly building new parties while leveling up characters so you can get these cool global bonuses. Like, I lost some fucking time to it.
Sounds delightful.
And the Necromunda game came out today, but I haven't had a chance to check it out.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah.
Let's pick that up.
It's a shooter. It's like it's a Doom style, like, adventure shooter.
Come on, is it
with
co-op?
RPG mechanics? No, if only. For us, it's gonna be that new 40k Vermintide. I mean, basically, that 40k Vermintide is gonna be Necromunda type shit anyway, for sure.
Yeah.
No, Pyrrhal, it's real. It just dropped. It's called Necromunda Hired Gun. They want that oat.
Okay.
My God, and they're gonna get it.
They're gonna get it. You're gonna get it.
No, Pyrrhal. 2 separate ones. That's from Fat Shark, the Vermintide guys. That's gonna be its own separate thing. Necromunda Hired Gun is a single player game. Yes, exactly, Thalin. You never know. The truth is, with these 40k licensed games, you never know if it's gonna be filth,
right.
Or if it's gonna be like baseline content.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out how I feel about this new Sigmar one I'm playing, Stormground.
Oh, yeah.
That's like it's almost like a tactics roguelike.
Kind of, yeah.
I was mad that I couldn't like have multiple campaign slots, but that's because I didn't actually understand what game it was. It has a campaign where you sort of go forward and progress the story, but it's really about
the roguelike aspect.
Yeah, it's about being reforged, and it's about dying and being reforged and going back in. So I'm not super mad at that, but I also don't know if I need that from my. I don't know if I need another roguelite right now from them.
Right. I still want to go back and play the For the King expansions. Actually,
same. Same. That was such a good era. I look back on that era with fondness. Yeah. So they want the oat.
It's already there.
Yeah, so now it's time to move on to the
freaking hops. Like, okay, so we can really go anywhere we want with this. But I think one that I really like is East Kent Goldings.
Oh yeah, East Kent Goldings is classic. That's an everyman hop for sure.
Right, and because it's lavender, lemon, thyme, and apricot. It's earthy and spicy, kind of marmalade-ish, right?
Oh yeah. It's got the it's sweet and tangy, basically, right?
I love with that earth. As a hop for this kind of beer.
It'd be against this malt spine. Oof.
Yeah. What do you think about Saz?
I'm always going to go with a noble, and so noble for me works for lawful good dragon for sure.
Mm-hmm. Earthy, herbal, spicy. We could do Tet as well.
I was just going to say Tet. Also in that classic German family. What did they like for that? That's also earthy and spicy, right?
It's also earthy and spicy. It's more floral than earthy. Floral, citrusy, spicy.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be top of mind for me.
Yeah, I think that's the vote right there to start.
Yep, that's always going to be forward in my mind, just because we've had really good interesting successes with it, but there's no losers here. I mean, these are all delicious, especially since our targeted bacon is best. Thank you so much for this up. Our targeted IBUs aren't through the roof.
Right. Yeah, it's when what was our color?
The color that was decided upon by the council was the very auspicious 13.
Cool.
Yeah, Piril. I mean, I grabbed it because I'm a sucker. I mean, I guess we'll see if the Necromunda game is any good. I definitely liked the trailers, and I'm a huge fan of the setting. But there's no question that there's a lot of meat. There's a lot of meat on them 40k bones. Ultimately, I think Necromunda, honestly, no matter how good it is, it doesn't matter. I don't think that they can actually accomplish. They're not going to get to the tier that Fat Shark gets with the Vermintide games. Right. I was overjoyed to hear that they were moving in a shooter direction.
Yeah.
For the 40k stuff, like they can't do it. They can't rise to this level.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy it for now.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, but the thing is, if I thought of a 40k game, I'd want it to be a Gears game. Like that's just what Gears feels like to me.
You mean Gears Tactics or Gears?
Just Gears in general. Like if they were going shooter, like
over the shoulder,
I'd want
gruesome up close melee.
Yeah, that's what I would want. Customizable characters and weapons.
Yeah, like, exactly. That's like the times that we had with Vermintide. Like we addressed all the content. We ate up every level they gave us. It was awesome. Yeah, Space Marine is pretty solid as a game.
Yeah.
All right, what are we thinking here? Oh man, the answer may be both.
There was a firefight.
Yeah, it's end to end here. I mean, the truth is would it be bad to get a couple? Oh, it looks like it pushed ahead until Josh comes in and screws with it. Here, yeah, okay, yep, there we go. There we go. 8. Those aren't even. Josh, those numbers are not in there. Here. So currently we do have East Goldings and Tet.
Okay, so do you want to do a runoff? Do you want to say Tet is the bittering and East Kent is the flavor? How do you want to do it?
So Tet just jumped ahead, but I think that we could do Tet as bittering and East Kent for flavor, and then get a very worldly, broad-based alloy on the hop side as well in terms of the flavor profile. Like there would be a lot to experience in there with Tet at the bittering level. Oh, what's it?
Chat, what did we say our bittering was going to be at? I think it was around 20, right? At least, right? 20? Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be delicious.
Yeah. I think that's freaking delightful.
Yeah, that's going to be hot shit. But alloy those hops. God damn it. Now, so having delivered such reliable thrills here on the hop front. I mean, is it time to look at our saison?
Yes, because we really have to talk about saison. Saisons, the heart and soul of this beer is the yeast.
The style, right?
Right, of the style, yeah. So we can do a French saison yeast, which is going to be peppery, spicy, and citrusy. Highly aromatic.
So what was the first one?
Peppery, spicy, and citrusy.
Yeah, and the pepper is real. Mm-hmm. You do pick up on that.
Yep. We can do a Belgian saison, which is different because it's tart, dry, mild fruit, and has aromatics like bubblegum, and it's a little spicy.
That's a Belgian?
Yep. Tart, dry, mild, fruity, spicy, with aromatics like bubblegum. Another one is the Saison 2, which is going to be give a clove-like character.
Oh yeah, and that's sort of the typical one, right? I've definitely had.
But the thing is, there's no typical in this category.
That's true. It's all weird shit.
Yeah, you've got to really throw that kind of out the window.
Yeah, I mean, is that the clove aspects? Is that like the hipster dragon?
Yeah, pretty much. We could go with the Belgian Saison style ale yeast, which is a different one. It's from White Labs. This I'll describe this. This strain works in harmony to create complex fruity aromas and flavors.
Whoa. All right.
So
the deepest yeast roster ever offered.
Right.
On the program.
It's just because yeast makes this beer the way it is, right? So
yeah, pepper.
You want to have choices, right?
Sure, like a black powder type situation.
Like the French Saison would be the bronze dragon that made its home in a wrecked ship, right?
Yeah.
The Belgian one is the one that's talking you up at the bar before the fight.
Mm-hmm. The country,
right?
Kind of slumming it a little bit. No, lots of cool options in there. Yeah, the bubblegum aspect, and it is real, and the bubblegum taste. It actually completely works. Well, Crimson Cur and I mean, hopefully you'll be able to deliver something
yeah,
at the very apex.
What a delight.
Yeah, exactly. Beckenbauer, understand, the Bronze Dragon, lawful good. You're not finding this gum underneath a table. It isn't underneath a chair. It never needs to be scraped from a shoe. That's not how this dragon rolls.
Yeah.
This dragon puts the used gum, in the, receptacle. It does what's right.
He's kind about it.
Exactly.
This dragon is the one that returns his cart after grocery shopping to the appropriate cart.
No, it's more than that, Eric. He returns other carts.
Yes.
As well.
And then puts them together. So...
If he sees an old woman who is pushing her cart back to the thing, he says, ma'am, let me.
Yeah.
That's what lawful good is.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, look at this.
Oh, sup, Talp? How you doing? Boost RS Rex, it's gone quite well. Field Liquor was an unbridled success.
Marvelous.
Real power, real vigor. I was inspired. As though through the consumption of a magical mead, to great works and tall tales.
Whoa, another even fight. We're not using two. We're not using two of these. So
we can't use two yeasts. You guys figure it out. Yeah, black dragons swallow their gum. Yeah, Tiamat swallows 5 gums at once. That's the apex of evil.
Badass, Tiamat is. Yeah,
she's a demon. Yeah, Orion Rogue, please let us know about this white IPA. I'm definitely a fan of the style.
Absolutely.
Oh, whoa! What's this?
What?
What's all this about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Busaurus Rex. They tapped their first Ack Ant Brew. Whoa! Velvet Cape.
Oh, very cool.
Velvet Cape is very good.
That was one of the best beers we've crafted.
You will enjoy. Sup, Ghostly? How you doing, man? That's a winner for sure.
Absolutely.
No, ultimately the classic. Look at that. Ultimately the classic French Saison with a peppery, spicy, citrusy, right? Real character. Classic in its way.
I'm gonna get that word out of your mouth for this beer. There's no classic.
No, it's all kinky.
Yeah. Peppery, spicy, and citrusy. Like that is gonna go work phenomenal with the malt build, and I think the East Kent Goldings and the Tet, I think it'll work great with.
Oh no, there's just nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of cool twists going on, and none of them are oblique. It's all gonna function, right? Yeah. It's all gonna work in there.
Yeah.
All right. Gosh, I mean, the truth, Zero Love. The truth is, I don't drink a lot of more simple pilsners, and I've never had anything using the Australian ale yeast in the U.S. I don't think.
Yeah, and that's interesting because whenever we go out, we don't tend to go for the pilsners and the pales. The only time I really do is when we're at the Jolly Roger, because I love all the pales that they make there.
Well, they
just fantastic.
Jolly Roger. So Maritime Brewing, they have a lot of affection for really simple styles, right. and almost an aggressive disdain for the market.
Right.
Generally, they hate it, and you can tell. You can tell when you look at the beer list that they are not interested in trends.
Right, exactly.
And they hate that they're in a context where that might be asked of them, right?
Yeah.
Which I respect.
Absolutely.
These are definitely brews made by coots. And they're not interested. There is definitely something of the nautical,
yes,
the unrepentant nautical fellow, for sure. Now, so precious chat, as well as I do, that we've reached a special time of the program. I'm gonna send a text over to Mr. Krahula, seeing if he has got all of his plastic parts ready to go. Because it's time for us to get the name.
Yes.
Popping. Exactly right, Orion. That's exactly where we're at.
Beckenbauer, that's good. Alloy. Untarnished alloy ship.
Bronze Vivant Diplomator. Are you serious with this shit? Wow.
Ruddy Buddy. Your fiercest alloy? Nice.
I'm going to modify it slightly, Tobias. But it's in there.
Beer bought 5,000, yeah.
Saison Warrior Burnished Brew.
Ooh, that's good.
Very tasteful.
Yeah, I like that.
Prawns metal. You dork. Diplominator, you gotta rail it in. You're getting wild out here. Have I missed anything out here?
Huh? Oh, they keep coming. Ship's alloy. Polished oats. There you go. Folsom prize.
Yeah, Tobias, this is it. Enjoy it. That bronze brew.
Vertigrain. There you go.
Ooh. Tasteful.
Resalvaged. Nice.
Now, can't stop. Are you saying that you can't stop making them, or is that your next suggestion?
Right.
I'd be happy to remove one of the other ones. Right, I'll grab a couple more here. Bronze in 60 seconds.
Nice.
Nevermore. Today is going to be a little PGA tour.
Yeah.
I suspected, Diplominator. I suspected as much. No, it's fine. I support you 100%, Fallon. That's perfectly okay. Yeah. It's okay to be who you are this way for as long as you see fit to do it.
Bronze bro stop in it.
All right. Tide poo.
Oh.
Vial. Oh, I see.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
I was like, listen, we're trying to, this is a family show.
Well, yeah, I just don't want to be calling it poo when I'm drinking it. So good change, Graham. Good change.
All right. Draken. God.
Draken, don't you bring that vile talk into this chat again.
It's unacceptable. And I think at some level, I think that it's wrong. Bronze pubis. God. You villains.
Yeah.
Oh, Crimson. Yeah, I totally get what you're going for there. Now, so let's take a look at how this goes, because there is some there is some very, very good stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it may end up being
another
might have to toss a couple of these smaller ones out to maintain the nautical theme.
I agree. Just toss them overboard is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. If you will.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got something good here. I'm going to pull them, I think.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's a couple right there in that range, right?
Well, honestly, and then now Vertigrain is starting to getting lined in there.
It's tough.
It is. But it's not that tough because Bronze Vivant is looking right.
I don't know.
So let me grab it. Yeah, exactly.
Burnished brew, ship's alloy.
I know. There's great shit here. Try this. We'll do round 2.
This is tough. I like the
brutal techniques. Great. Gibroni.
Wow.
Oh, absolutely.
Who said Gibroni?
That's
amazing.
No, it's times. Now, Fat Baron, so you're making lunch for the whole stream in meetings. Summary of this week's experiment. Yes, we made a nautical alloy themed vibe for the Bronze Dragon. After trying field liquor, which was the first of our experiments, doing the good dragons.
This beer is so good.
It's exquisite. It really is something else. And so, yeah, quite successful, I would say. Only made doubly so by. I think we have to dial in. Bon vivant is a French term, or it might just be something that we got part of, and we have our own context for it. This happens sometimes too. The definition is a person who enjoys a sociable and luxurious lifestyle. So I think bon vivant with this many votes is right on top of it.
Yeah, I think that's
looking like $1 million.
Right.
Sup, Crazy Panda Brew. Nice to see you. That being said, we have achieved everything we set out to yet again. Multiple years running, another great one in the books, another great one tapped.
I still can't believe that beer.
No, we got to keep Australian ale.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we've gotten new equipment,
right?
Like in an RPG, we need to keep the Australian ale yeast top of mind, and we need to keep Enigma top of mind too, because these are both really, really new toys to play around with in the show.
And another thing for us to think about too is we can start doing some smash beers and where we're not using a ton of grains. You know?
Totally. We can mess
stayed away
with
from that as well too.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it depends on the theme, but Smash just as a vibe, we've played around with it a couple times and gotten some cool stuff. Like we did our event at Two Beers, we had a Smash there, and the purpose of it was to sort of taste it and figure out just sort of calibrate your palate for specific ingredients.
Yeah, totally.
Right. It was super cool. Well, hey, Mike is ready to take over. Prepare yourselves, mind and body, for Plastic Robots, and we will see you again at 3:00 for some PGA Tour.